bad. I mean you know what I'm saying. So that idea, and that's perfectly fit with a Western theme. You know what I mean? The gunslingers are a lot like the samurai. You know, they're just soldiers, professional killers, professional. You know, and they can be used for good or evil, and blah blah blah. So all that fits together. But I just mean as a technical movie. I mean, the movies are there's a lot of crap in his movies. I mean, there's a lot of time wasted, like guy putting funny cap on head, and now guy putting water in cup, and oh guy over there playing guitar going ding bing bing bong bong bing bong bong, and what the fuck. I mean, there's whole dead spaces where he's setting up some sort of fucking mood, and I don't think that's great directing. And then the fight scenes were preposterous. I don't even know what they could possibly be based on. What? They're the silliest goddamn things you ever want to watch. You know, none of it made any damn sense.
Yeah, but you
So yeah,
you threw out so many points there. It's hard to. I didn't. I should have wrote them down. I don't remember them all. But I mean, you talked about the long pauses, the long drawn out scenes. I mean, that Sergio Leone was directly influenced by that in Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I mean, you look at the opening scene of Good, Bad, and the Ugly. That's directly drawn from Kurosawa's, uh,
well, I'm just saying they
film
did it
style.
better. Okay, I'm just saying he did it better. He didn't do it too long, and he did it. He didn't follow drama with cartoon, and I guess that's part of the problem too. Is there's just it's almost cartoonish. It's almost cartoonish for you to give a damn about one thing one minute when somebody's worried about their they got mud on their samurai suit in the next scene or something. You know what I mean? There's too many. There's no continuity, and maybe it's just part of the cultural thing. Maybe that's my bias, but yeah, like I said, I gave credit to it. I said it's good to have that drama, that part where you do zoom in on somebody's eyeball, and do the Hannibal Lecter thing and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you can't do too much of it. And I guess what I'm saying is he does it too much. Kurosawa is like lost in that. He's lost in setting up a mood, and by the time he actually gets to the fucking action or the story, it's lost.
All right, I'm not ready to concede the point quite yet. How about Yojimbo? Have you seen Yojimbo? I mean, that scene when you got the two opposing, you know, feudal gangs coming together on the street with Yojimbo up on the, I think it was the water tower, the windmill. I mean, that's. Have you seen that? I mean, that's got to be one of the most classic scenes in the history of fight scenes ever. You gotta like that.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I mean, I saw some stupid movie with two guys who kept talking about their shit worms, and I don't know, kept knocking each other down all through the whole fucking movie. I'm just saying there's a lot of, the movies are a little slow. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, what about last point, and I'll let it go. Paper Tiger wants to talk about chick films. What about Ron, the remake of King Lear, Kurosawa's remake of King Lear? Did you like Ron?
Well, I saw that a long time ago, so yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I might have or I don't. I don't. Sorry, yeah, I saw that one too long ago.
All right, just had to.
I guess I could argue that I wasn't that impressed, but I might not have been impressed because maybe I wasn't as good at reading subtitles or something. Maybe, there might be a simple reason why I didn't like it.
All right, just had to revisit that because I mean, you're like the first person I've ever heard who didn't like Kurosawa, which is interesting because it's always nice to have an opposing point of view.
I'm just
And
saying it's overrated, I guess is all I'm saying.
yeah,
I mean, it's memorable stuff. There's scenes in this movie that I will remember. But the problem is part of it, the reason why I'm going to remember them is because they were so preposterous. Or they were so unnatural to me. It's like they were almost an unnatural way. The expressions, everything of love, of it was just all so uncoordinated that maybe that's why it's sticking in my head. It's just that it's so uncoordinated. Anti symmetry, whatever the right word is.
all right. So if I'm not putting you on the spot, I don't know if you know. Don't want to throw down the gauntlet or anything, but like top five movies. What are your top five or top 10? all time.
Well, you mentioned a couple. There's a couple of those Clint Eastwood movies that are killers. A Few
Greatest movie
Dollars
ever made was
More,
Friday the 13th Part
Good,
5.
Bad, and the Ugly.
Good movie.
I gotta go with the Little Big Man. It's another western, but I gotta go with it. Then I said it before. Ben Hur is a great movie. It's Christian and all that crap. But it's a great movie. Um, and then you can start getting into sci-fi stuff that I really like. There's a lot of that. I like the Aliens movies and stuff, and it's not the best, though. There's better ones. I never think. But yeah, I love a lot of old movies. There's a ton of old movies I really liked. Inherit the Wind, and I mean they're not great, but they're just very watchable.
Yeah, it's amazing how well some of those movies stand up. I mean, I think Alien and Alien still stand up pretty well. What is it now? Almost 30, how many? 20, 25 years later. I mean, these movies are still pretty damn good. I've never
Yeah, it
seen
doesn't
Inherit the
seem
Wind.
doesn't seem that long ago. Yeah, and I really didn't like Alien much. I really liked Aliens too. To tell you the truth, Alien was a little slow. That took a long time to get going. And then even when it got going, it was like they're hunting a dog or something. I mean, it wasn't. You know what I mean? You never really got the feel for what the fuck was the alien was or anything about it. It was too much mystery meat.
Yeah, but that chest burster scene, I mean, that raised the bar higher than anyone had ever raised it before for a
Yeah,
sci-fi
but it's
horror
just the
movie.
scene, though. I'm just saying, take that out of the movie, and what do you got? You know what I mean? You don't got much. You got a long, slow movie. So that's my only argument is, a movie shouldn't be judged by it. Shouldn't, it's like I sort of like that about Unforgiven. The last 5 minutes, you're just not going to do better than the last 5 minutes of Unforgiven. But, was it really worth the, you know, 4 hours of torture you had to go through to get to those last 5 minutes?
What about Full Metal Jacket? Let's talk about some Kubrick movies. I know you can't stand 2001. What about Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah, I didn't like any. Apocalypse Now, I guess I spoiled me. And so everything I saw after that was just sort of this. It was a little too much Rambo in it. Um, Lots of dramatic scenes. I'm not saying, cinematography wise, good movie, but story wise, it didn't make any sense to me.
For me, I mean that the sterling performance of who was that guy that played the master sergeant? God darn it, can't remember his name. But man, that guy. Oh, Lee Ermey. I mean that was worth the price of admission. Just the first 10, 15 minute opening, man, where he's walking up and down the scene with the recruits. I guess he was a former drill sergeant, but yeah, I love that movie. Second half, I didn't care for so much. What about Platoon by Oliver Stone?
Yeah, well, again, I just that's not my kind of Vietnam movie.
I
The
hate your taste
characters
in
aren't.
movies, sub DNA. Nothing personal.
Yeah, didn't, I didn't relate to any of them. I didn't care about any of them. I didn't like any of them. Um, so you know, I can't. It's hard to go anywhere with that.
Yeah, whoever said that, that's I was just talking about one genre. That's not my taste in movies. It's not limited to westerns and sci-fi and war movies. I do have a little bit broader range of taste than that. But anyway, just just focusing on the genre for a second.
Talking about war movies because I was really
Best war
not
movie ever made
expecting much.
was All Silent on the Western Front. All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh,
Love
whatever.
that.
Yeah, I went to sleep to that one too. But anyway,
You're an asshole.
yeah, but whatever. Yeah, I need something to happen in a movie. If the movie just sits there and just, yeah, whatever. I'm just a movie. I'm just sitting here doing a movie. Yeah, forget it. Um, well, I was going to mention though is I did that Ojima or whatever the hell it was called. I was expecting that to suck, and that was really kind of interesting because I didn't know anything about the movie before I saw it, and I was found out it was like this, from the, you know, the bad guy side, you know, and that was really it was that was good. I mean, it was an interesting movie. It could have been a better movie than it was, but it got done. That was fun.
All right, switching genres. How about just pure drama? How about Glengarry Glen Ross based on a David Mamet play? Now tell me that sucked. I dare anyone here to tell me that fucking sucked.
I have to remember it. So what was that one about? That wasn't with the girl who the woman who died, right?
No, that starred that starred Al Pacino, uh, Jack Lemmon, geez, can't can't remember the names of a couple of the other actors, but that was like Kevin Spacey. Man, that was just a fucking awesome movie, and it was all dialogue. The entire movie was dialogue and trialogue, and
Yeah, well, that was just that stealing movie or something, right? It was like some sort of big business crap or lawyers or something.
no, it was about some sleazy real estate agents. It looked like in the opening scene, it looked like the L in Chicago, so I assumed they were in Chicago and they were selling swampland in Florida. And god damn, that was a good movie. Yeah, Gary, if you haven't seen that, definitely check that one out, man.
Yeah, well, I did see it, and it did really unimpressed the fucking hell out of me.
Oh, no
Sorry.
way! You gotta be kidding
Yeah,
me, man.
yeah, that was a go to sleeper too.
All right, well, give me your top five then. Well, I guess you already did, but anyone else?
Gary doesn't like movies. He doesn't like
Oh
things like that.
yeah, right. Sure, I don't like movies. I've lived on movies. Best part of my life are movies. I like the trailers my brain does with the movies. I like what my brain does at night. I'll watch me making the movie in my dreams. So that's kind of fun.
All right, well, I got something that's really gonna piss you off. Then you said you like Ben-Hur. Did you know there's a remake of Ben-Hur on the Christian Broadcasting Channel? And guess what? It doesn't suck. I watched it the other day. It's actually pretty good.
Well, how could they remake that movie? It's impossible. You cannot cast the movie better. You can't redo that fucking movie. I mean,
Yeah,
you
this is what
can't. You
sucked about
can't do it.
Ben-Hur.
Oh, fuck you. It was perfect.
No, I didn't say it. I didn't say they made it
Hollywood is
better. I just said it
garbage.
didn't suck.
Well, whatever. I mean, I didn't even like Charlton Heston, but I mean, damn it. In the agony and the ecstasy, or the ecstasy and the agony and the ecstasy.
Holy fucking shit, Sammy Hagar, I gotta get your autograph, man. Sammy, I'm like your biggest fan. I mean, like, I can't drive 55. Man, that was my whole motto growing up. You know, like,
Mr. Funny Man, I can't get your autograph, Mr. Funny Man. You're so fucking funny. Yeah, the Ten Commandments was, I watched it a lot. I have to concede, just because it was a well-made movie, and what's his face is the Yul Brenner. I was just so I was just so on top of his game in that movie. Um, you know, but yeah, I didn't. I kept hoping Moses would, you know, fall in the water or drown or do something. I hated Moses at the end. I just want somebody to kill Moses. Barabbas, talk about underappreciated movies though. Um, Anthony Quinn was always kind of underappreciated as an actor, and he was just so fucking good. So if you